Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a little bit of an intriguing topic to go and talk about, more so in regards to huge acquisitions, and as well on what's actually being sold. What we're kind of seeing like on the market, what's kind of going on, what Sony and also other various big retailers are trying their best to go and do in regards to selling consoles, buying new games, buying new game studios, and we also have some pretty intriguing stuff, especially with the most recent news of the Square Enix acquisitions too as well. A lot of cool little late night stuff to go talk about, so we're going to go talk about that, and as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Twitter giveaway down below, and all the other various good stuff too as well, link down below. And let's go and dive in the video itself. So, as I'm sure you guys have probably heard, because we made a few videos on, it's actually been kind of a big gaming news, at least in my opinion. We did go and recently have Square Enix go and sell out Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and a few other various things such as like Thief and a few other various titles. Now, a lot of people are pretty familiar with them, but when it comes to this year, we've kind of said it many times, this is the year of acquisitions. When it comes to Microsoft and, basically Activision, when it comes to Sony and all the other various games, when it comes to Sony and, when it comes to Bethesda and Microsoft, when it comes to Sony and Bungie. All these other various like small keys, and especially with a lot of these really big boyos such as Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony himself, mentioning there's going to be even more and more coming out here. We've actually seen some very intriguing leaks coming on out, as well as also we've had some other information throughout these past few weeks that also lead towards very intriguing things. So, one of the bigger things out here when it comes to stuff is this. We have a very intriguing article and a very intriguing leak that people actually found in regards to PlayStation, who is also actually, as of right now, hiring and trying to find a proper acquisition manager, which has also actually been coming out too as well when it comes to Xbox, where they themselves also once again have another big acquisition manager. And I'm sure you guys know, which is basically for this, when it comes to these big game studios, a lot of them are actually sitting on free-flowing cash. Microsoft and Sony themselves both have billions of dollars available to go and buy and get various different types of games, publishers, studios, whatever they want to, and it's very intriguing, because as we kind of recently have seen, we've seen Microsoft basically go and spend billions of dollars on both Bethesda and Activision, and as I mentioned at the start of the video, Bungie as well from Sony, and a few other various cases. And like I said, there's more on the way. So it does kind of seem like both of these sides are pushing for even more and bigger acquisition pushes. Now, I find this very intriguing because, as you guys can see, the leak is more so found up for job opportunities and job listings, which a lot of people see that. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, we have to actually physically have someone out there to go and buy and get it, so we have to physically go and hire someone to go and do it. And this once again also involves both on Xbox too as well, which also kind of adds a little more spark to the fire. So Sony right now is seeking a director to help it make acquisitions and investments in other companies in the games industry, which I do believe that alone goes and shows that there's some really big things coming both for the PlayStation and Xbox as well. So we had the spotted in the business analyst Roberto Serrano, the director of corporate development listing, based in Sony's California office, says the successful applicant will be mainly involved in identifying potential future acquisitions and also investing into targets. So this basically kind of goes to show that, like, hey, we want someone out here, both on the Xbox and PlayStation side, to figure out what we're going to be doing. We want to see what they're going to be investing into. We want to go and see what money they want to put into. We want to go and see what they're doing. We want to go and have some big companies out there. We want to find some big, good deals. We want to make a lot of money, and we want to spend a lot of money. So Sony Interactive Entertainment, aka PlayStation, seeks a highly qualified director. Corporate development, SIE corporate development team works closely with the SIE management team and is responsible for identifying inorganic growth opportunities through acquisitions, investments, or joint ventures. So as you guys have probably seen throughout these even past few years, we've seen a lot more investments into, say, Epic Games, as well as also, that also goes into, say, Unreal Engine. We saw things too as well with different types of music ventures. We saw TV ventures. We're seeing new movies. We're seeing new TV shows. We're seeing actual proper game investments too. So it's a little bit of everything. I think one of the bigger things is this is also more in regards to PlayStation, so obviously more game studios and all that. The team sources, evaluates, and completes transactions that are aligned with SIE strategic priorities and drive significant long-term value for the company. The foundational work of the team involves development market insights through the strong internal and external relationships to identify attractive, both mergers and acquisitions, and investment opportunities. Among the various skills sought by Sony, the successful candidates will need to have a proven track record of leading all parts of the end-to-end M&A process of both large and small transactions, including acquisitions, joint ventures, and investments. I'd probably say more so bigger is probably on the acquisition side, mainly because they have a lot of money to spend, and obviously the more bigger portfolio you guys have a chance to buy into kind of opens up a lot more. And there's also investments too, depending on say like Epic Games or other various like strategic, I guess, investments too. We don't really see too many joint ventures, although we have maybe seen one or two with some brand new studios being picked on up, although it's not the biggest thing. There's also in combination too as well with the Xbox, where Xbox actually listed a posting too as well this last week, which seeks a manager in the company's gaming strategy and development department. The gaming strategy and development team serves as a corporate strategy function for Team Xbox, that listing reads. We partner closely with the gaming leadership team to identify and evaluate transformative growth opportunities. Our charter includes helping to answer Microsoft Gaming's most challenging business questions, leading gaming's M&A program, basically the Activision, Blizzard, ZeniMax, Double Fine, etc., and identifying and understanding key industry dynamics. So basically, these both huge companies know they want to be spending big money, which kind of leads a lot of big things will be coming probably throughout the rest of this year. But as well, on top of that too, it also wants them to go and help solidify and also develop up the current proper acquisitions. So basically, want to make sure that Bungie keeps going good. Want to make sure that the Activision deal actually goes through, and they want to make sure it goes as seamlessly as possible, which is very cool to see for both this side. The M&A activity in the games industry hit a record $85 billion in 2021 and has been forecast to reach $150 billion, like almost double this year, with huge deals such as Microsoft's acquisition of Blizzard, Take-Two's buyout of Zynga, and basically those have all been opened up these past few months. Discussing industry at Constellation earlier this month too as well, even Jeff Neely suggested more major deals could be announced too as well. This also kind of goes in combination too with Sony themselves, like Sony CEO mentioning that he wants to go and have more acquisitions, the fact that these companies are sitting on a lot of money, and obviously the fact that these always happen all the time. We have had this officially from the CEO mouths themselves, so this is even more intriguing because both of these big companies are planning up huge acquisitions and huge things to go and buy and try their best to standardize out their own gaming universe. So two things I want to go bring attention to as well, besides Square Enix, which we'll probably talk about in a second, is on Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft actually has literally physically gone on record stating they are okay with a buyout. I'm sure if the price was well and the price was good, they are down to do it. Now, typically, buyouts are usually around this rough price of what the market cap and what the overall stock price is. Sometimes it's usually on a slightly higher price point. So think how, say for Twitter. Twitter's actually was a little bit higher price point at like $54, and it was a little bit cheaper than that. Or same with Activision, where it's actually cheaper too as well. So something like this would be a little bit more on the expensive side, but say Ubisoft. Ubisoft is, as of currently right now, their market cap's around 5.2 billion euros. So as you guys can tell by the price point for that one, let's just go and say $5 billion just to make a little bit of an easier math. This is actually something that's completely within Sony's budget, if they want to go dive into that, but as well also in Microsoft's budget, mainly because we've also been seeing Ubisoft have a few other Uplay games, such as the brand new Tom Clancy Extraction, available up on their platforms with the Game Pass platform. And as well, we've also seen other combinations and also like joint ventures with that. And on top of that too, with the Uplay U Plus feature, it's kind of like, I say, Game Pass just for their games as well, also a big feature and big money runner. So it's very intriguing to see this because both big companies could be down, but as well also things like Tencent, etc. could also have a chance to go buy on in, or let's go try to have a big partial to take over. In terms of maybe trying to buy like half the company itself and go from that. So that's actually one really big one, especially because they've had public, basically, outcry saying, please buy us if you guys would want. This is definitely one I think we've been still in the watchful eye for, and as more and more time comes out, it almost seems more and more likely that Ubisoft will get bought at some point. And as well, in case you guys are curious on Square Enix, because as you guys know, these past few weeks, we've also been seeing Square Enix as well kind of go and push a lot more into like sales. Like they had the $300 million sale these past few days, which has been the news a lot. And Square Enix actually by itself could also be leveraging out these like maybe not as useful IPs, or as well, if you guys saw there was like a $200 million loss in regards to Avengers and everything else, they'd be trying to go and cut off like the fatty meat of their business to try to maybe go and sell out into maybe a Sony company, whether it's like a joint venture or someone else as well, say like joint venture with Sony, or on top of that just a potential full buyout, and on top of that too, same with Microsoft as well. Although as you guys know, I think Ubisoft has a better connection with Xbox versus Sony themselves having a better connection connection with Square Enix as of now. So just letting you guys know, these are kind of big things on the way with a lot of smaller things that'll probably be tied on in. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments down below as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter and Twitch room as well, link down below. And sign up for that Weeble, sign up for that Coinbase. And I appreciate all y'all so much for watching. I'll see you guys over the next one.